So let's go through kind of a grid, 9 balls. You and I are both we're gonna play a little game, and we're gonna play
9 shots.
We're gonna hit 9 shots. We're gonna play horse with it.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what the numbers look like. Okay.
All right.
I haven't hit a ball yet today, and you have, so you have the advantage. But let's see if I can take you out.
Let's do it. All right, Milo, so you challenged me to a game of horse, so talk us through.
So what this game of horse is you have to call the shot. It's one of the 9 ball flights.
Okay.
You hit it, and then your opponent has to make the shot first try. If they don't, they get a letter. Just like horse with basketball, right?
Okay.
Okay, so walk us through a little bit. If you're going to hit a low draw, what do you have to do? What has to happen?
Well, yeah, I was going to add a little wrinkle to this game. So how about before each shot we talk through how we're going to hit it individually. Okay. My way might be a little different than yours, and see if maybe that's the most optimal way, and if there's any adjustments we could make.
Sweet. Let's
do it. Add that to it?
Yeah, I like that.
All right. You want me to go first?
You call the shot.
No coin flip, no nothing?
No nothing.
All right, so where are we aiming? We're aiming at that.
So the center line is the far bunker.
Far bunker out there, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with try to do an easy one here, a little low draw.
Low draw.
I got an 8 iron, so what would you say low is? At least no more than halfway up that mountain with this club?
Well, it's probably going to get about to the top with an 8 iron, but
I'll try to keep one low.
Let's keep it down.
Are we hitting it full out still? Or?
Yeah, full shots.
Okay. All right, so what I would do for a low draw is I would set up, I'm going to aim this face, I'm going to probably aim it about 8-10 yards right of that bunker that we were looking at.
Okay.
I'm going to actually have my body pretty square, maybe even slightly open. I'm going to have this ball pretty far back in my stance.
Okay.
And that slightly open stance is to offset a little shorter swing and the ball position. Let's see if I can hit this little low draw.
Well, that's pretty much perfect. So low draw, it's basically right at our target. So we've got 87 miles an hour club head speed, 118 ball, 166 carry. Didn't quite catch your path or face for some reason, but we know they must have been good because the ball started out to the right and drew back toward the line. Okay, I guess I have to hit that same shot. Now the way I go about hitting that shot is first thing I'll do is I'll aim the face out to the right where I want the ball to start. So I'm going to aim it kind of at the guy in the green shirt out there. Now I'm going to align my body a hair to the right. So for me, I'm going to use my body lines and maybe move the ball back in my stance just a hair. Okay? So now that face feels just slightly closed relative to my body line. Then I'll just make my normal golf swing.
That was pretty yummy.
That was pretty good. It didn't quite draw all the way back to the target.
I'll take a tight little draw though.
But it was pretty darn good.
I won't give you an H for that one.
So my club path was 7 to the right and my face was 5 to the right, which made it draw back but not all the way. So
not far off from pretty optimal though.
So what would have been optimal? What would have made that ball come back to center line?
Right about 3.5.
So I was off by like a degree and a half with the face.
Yeah. How do you like that AOA at -8? It's not too bad for a little low.
Not too bad for that low of a shot.
And it wasn't like you took a massive divot or anything.
Well, my divot was fairly skinny. We didn't get your angle. It didn't get those numbers for yours, but I would guess they were pretty similar.
And what's interesting is the way you did it was just a little bit different than mine. I wonder if anything has to do with me hitting 8 and you doing 6 iron.
Maybe a little bit.
Because I know with your stance it was a little more closed. You didn't move it back quite as much. No. Did you feel like more of your lower ball flight had to do with your pressure and then maybe a little wrist angle too? Or?
Yeah, a little wrist angle, a little bit of me feeling like I stay down.
Yeah.
That's how I create it. I don't really like to move the ball far back in my stance too much because it causes me to get that angle of attack gets even steeper.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it.
That's kind of why I open my stance just a little bit to offset that.
Yeah, well it's just matchups.
Yep.
You move it back, aim a little bit more open, and hit the same shot. Cool.
All right, your turn.
My turn to pick. So now we're going to go low again, but for me, this is probably the hardest shot. Low cut.
Low cut.
Low cut.
Pretty hard with an 8-iron.
It's going to be really hard with an 8-iron.
Thin cut.
I told you not to grab an 8.
Finger cut.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to align the face just a little bit to the left of my target, probably like 5 yards, 10 yards. Align my body a little bit more to the left. And now I'm going to feel like I'm really swinging the golf club almost like I'm swinging it that direction. At the same time, I'm going to try to keep the loft off, because this ball, when you start cutting it a little bit, the ball wants to ride up. So here we go, low and cutting.
Just a hair of a fade on it.
Yeah, that's the ball. That should have faded a lot. They were perfect numbers.
Yep, that was pretty optimal.
Hi, Milo. So, on that one, my path was 8 to the left.
Yep.
My face was almost 4 to the left. That should have been ideal to cut it back to the center line. The only problem we had there was these range balls are not exactly new anymore.
No.
So.
And just so you guys are aware at home, we are hitting off a tee.
Yes.
And it's just because we don't want to tear up a ton of turf here. So, but that was a pretty good one.
Yep.
I gotta follow that up, huh?
Let's see it.
Low cut. So, same as you, kind of aiming the face, I don't know, 5-6 yards left of that last bunker. I'm gonna keep the ball up in my stance a little bit this time, or not as far back. Stance open, and sort of that same feel you just showed, kind of this way.
Mm-hmm.
With it.
Oh, it's a draw.
Draw. Started a little more left. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a draw.
Oh no.
There's an H. So you had a face was 6.6 to the left, but the path was 6.6 to the left, but the face was 7.6 to the left.
Yeah.
So you hit a low draw.
Man.
You lose. Okay.
Oops.
Now we're gonna go for the dreaded straight ball. We're gonna go mid-window straight. This one's actually not possible, really, but it happens on accident.
What are you doing, mid-straight?
Mid-straight. We're going for the impossible
Crazy.
shot. Nobody can hit this shot.
It's like a full court shot.
Mid-trajectory straight. Oh, what's mid-trajectory? Because like that last one, you launched it at 11.8, and I launched mine, I think, a little lower than that.
I mean, I would think your 6-iron would probably be almost top of the mountain.
Well, I'm just, mid-number should be like, I think probably like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
Would be like a middle. Okay, here we go. Mid-trajectory straight. Oh, I mishit it, but it's pretty darn straight.
It was fairly high.
16.4 launch.
All right.
That's a that's right at tour average.
All right.
And
that was good.
it was straight. 2.6 and 2.7. That's
great.
pretty darn straight.
His Trackman.
I pulled it a hair though.
So mid-height and straight.
Mid-height, straight.
Need a perfect golf shot.
Pretty good.
Right where I was aiming.
So we got the path 1.4 and 1.4. Straight shot. Good job.
Boom.
That's not possible. That actually should have been a tiny draw just based on the amount down.
That was still pretty good though.
It was pretty darn good.
You're not going to give me an O for that one?
Nope, you don't get anything on that one. Oh, it's your pick. Your pick.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go with the old Rory high draw.
Milo's kryptonite.
All right, so high draw for me. Again, face out to the right here. I'm going to set my body up a little more closed this time. Ball still up in my stance. And I'm just not going to cover it as much. I'm going to stay back on it a little bit more.
Pretty nice high draw. It's going to slightly overcurve the center line, but pretty good. So club path was 8 to the right. Club face was 3.8 to the right. That was pretty good. So just barely overcurved the center.
Yep.
189 yards, 8-iron. That's
There you go. Hit a high draw if you want to hit it a little farther.
Whistle stop jacks in there. That's monsters. Holy cow. See if I got that shot. So the way I do it, same kind of concept. I'm just going to aim that face out to the right a little bit. And I'm going to aim my body slightly out to the right. Now I'm just going to feel like I swing along my body line slightly out to the right. No, and I hit it straight.
Oh boy.
Dead straight.
I think we're tied, Milo.
That's an H for me. That's my kryptonite. I don't like that shot.
So one really important note on this sort of push draw, high draw is you notice both of us didn't aim the face at the target. We actually aimed it right of the target, and then we tried to make our path even a little further right.
Yep.
A lot of you at home were told when you were younger probably to aim the face at your target and then aim your body right. And that just makes you end up hooking it more because the club face
It's too shot.
The club face really controls that start
Yeah,
line.
my path was perfect for that shot. I just didn't get the face squared up. So I hit just like a...
Well,
Okay. Where are we now? Let's go with a stock shot for me. Mid-high cut.
mid-high. Mid-high butter.
Mid-high cutter. Got to walk through how I do it. This one I don't think about. I just aim and I hit it. So I'm going to aim the face
So
just left.
Your launch was about 18 on that last one, so I'm looking at like 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere around 16 probably. Actually, since it's a fade, it probably won't be that much different. But I aim the face just a little left, and then I aim my body what feels kind of parallel-ish. And then I just make my normal swing, and this should be a little cutter. That was pretty
15.
good.
There you go.
Pretty good.
That was a good one. That seemed
Yeah.
pretty shallow too. Even without the tee, I don't think you would have taken much turf there.
Nope. And the numbers actually shouldn't have been, that ball cut more than it should have.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
If we're playing golf, we'd rather have a little too much curve than...
Oh yeah. That would end up probably 10 feet to the right of my my target.
I mean, granted, a lot of people like to hit it straight, but like, if you can rely and count on the ball curving, to me, that's a more desirable way to play the game. All right, so the mid-high cut. So I'm gonna have the ball still up in my stance a little bit. I'm gonna get my body aligned a little bit what feels left. This tear start right, but
You hit the shot, but it was too far right. You're in the greenside bunker. But yeah, path was 3 to the left, but face was a half a degree open.
isn't that funny though? Look at the carry on that one. So 166
Versus the high draw was 180 something.
Right. And you know, with an iron, yeah, the cut might not go quite as far because you might be generating a little more spin. You know, that little cutty spin, but you know, that's a pretty significant change.
Yep.
And that stock, or not that stock, but that high draw I was hitting, I was going out, all out at it pretty much.
Okay. So did you pass that time?
I don't know. That's
It was pretty far offline, so it's hard to give it a pass.
right.
It started to the right.
too big of a push.
Fades that start to the right don't count.
All right,
Okay.
got to get it in that bunker.
Oh, it's your pick. Your pick. I picked that one. We haven't hit a
low straight ball.
low and straight. Oh,
Oh.
that's impossible.
Can I hit it like 10 feet?
We haven't hit low and straight or high and straight, or medium draw.
Low and straight. So it's gonna be similar to that cut shot I hit because I wasn't that far off where I tried to hit that low cut. I'm just gonna try to get it started a little more on line, not have the face quite as shut down. See if I can keep this low and straight.
Oh man, that was pretty stinking
Got a hair of a
straight.
cut on it.
Like a 1 yard fade.
Maybe it's the wind.
A 1 yard fade is straight in my world.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty close. And it launched 13.5. That's pretty low for an 8
That
iron.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Still carried 174. I don't know if that's right. Maybe.
Yeah. It's on normalized right now, so that was with a good golf ball.
I hit it pretty good.
Okay. Low and straight. So I'm just going to move the ball back in my stance just a tiny bit and then do the exact same thing I do to hit a normal mid-high fade.
Ooh, that was pretty tasty.
I can't hit it any straighter than that.
That was pretty tasty. I think our numbers are going to be like almost identical. Yeah, mine was, what was mine, like 0.4 or something like that?
Yeah, mine is 0.8 and 0.1.
I'll give it to you.
Pretty straight.
I'll give it to you.
It didn't curve.
I think my 8 went lower though.
What did mine launch? 12? What did yours launch?
Peak height? I don't know if we have the peak height up.
I don't have it up. Mine launched at 12 degrees. Yours launched at 13 point something.
What was interesting is you said, right before you hit that shot, you said, I'm going to move the ball back just a little bit, but still feel my
normal swing.
Normal cut shot. So I'm assuming what you're doing there is your start line becomes just slightly more right because your path being a little more back in your stance goes a little more right.
Exactly. When I moved it back this much, it shifted my path from a little to the left to dead straight.
So you're almost hitting that little Lee Trevino, just start it.
Start it straight and hit it straight.
There you go.
Hard to do, but you know, you get those numbers within less than 1 degree apart, that ball doesn't curve very far.
All right. Give us one we haven't done, Milo.
Medium high draw. I guess that's it.
Medium high draw. Oh, we haven't done high straight.
Oh, we'll go high straight.
I'll do the medium high draw to wrap it up.
So high straight. Now I'm going to move the ball a little more forward in my stance. And I'm going to square my stance up so I'm not aiming to the left anymore. And then I'm just going to feel like I stay back. So I'm going to launch this one above 22 degrees. We're going to put some air under this sucker and hit it straight. That's the hard part. Oh, I hit a fade. I hit a fade. Did we launch it high enough? No, I only launched that one at 18 and a half. Should have been pretty straight though. Those numbers were not far apart. Only 2 degrees. So it should have faded a little tiny bit.
Normally be my pick, but I'm going to hit the same shot here first.
You're going to go with...
We're at high straight, right?
High straight. Let's see if you got it.
So ball position up a little bit. I'm going to still have just a hair of a closed stance here. Hopefully to offset that just a little bit.
Same thing I did.
Hit high on the face. I think
it was just trying to fade a hair, but chunked it. Okay, your pick.
Okay.
Your path was to the right.
Yeah, I chunked it a little bit too. All right, so we need that mid-high draw, so that perfect little draw.
Here we go.
So pretty similar to what we've done. I'm gonna aim about, I don't know, 5-6 yards right of that bunker. Body's gonna be just a little closed this time.
Pretty much. Mid-high draw and it's landing on line. Pretty darn good. I'm going to find a golf ball that's actually decent in here.
We'll pass 7, face 4. Not bad.
7.6, 4.3. That's pretty good.
That's a pretty in-out path, but
yep.
For hitting a draw, the numbers line up.
Yep. And I'd rather see definite shapes than like be path 1 to the right, face half to the right. That doesn't even hardly curve. So here we go. Middle. It's a mid-flight draw. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
So I'm going to aim the face just a little right, aim my body just a little to the right, and let her go.
Uh-oh.
It's drawing like 2 yards. Pretty straight though. What do we get? No, it shouldn't have drawn. It was basically a straight shot. Okay, my kryptonite, the draws got me.
So that's funny. So just playing this game and actually playing any of these games on Trackman, all these guys on tour play like they really look at their carry distance, right? But playing these games, you can kind of find out where you might have some areas of weakness or where your strengths are, so you can really make your strengths the main focus of your game too, right?
You play to your strengths. I'm good at cutting it.
Right.
I don't draw it very often.
Whereas my cuts, if anything, I probably got a little steeper and you know, sorting that out might be good for me.
Yep.
Right. Whereas the draws, it was pretty consistent, where I could start out to the right and curve it back. So.
Yep.
But maybe that could be a club too. You know, hitting an 8-iron versus a 6-iron.
Yeah, it could be. I'm good at drawing my 8-iron. So to close this one out, you don't really need a launch monitor to be able to practice hitting these shots. It's something we can do on our own, right? The ball tells us whether or not our path and face are working, but what the launch monitor has really done for us is has given us kind of the science behind it. We now know that the face doesn't aim at the target and the path goes to the right. You don't aim, they have to kind of be equal parts. You have to have the face slightly right, the path slightly farther right for the draw, and the face slightly left, path slightly farther left for the fade.
Yep.
Cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below with any questions, thoughts, or future video ideas, as we read every comment and we try to respond to each of you. If you would like further help with your game, head over to milolinesgolf.com, my website, and you can schedule lessons with myself or a member of my team. You can also join our academy, where you can get one-on-one coaching. We have members of our academy all over the world, and we're excited to work with you no matter where you're at. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button, because we come out with new videos weekly. Thanks for watching.